Princess Serena, not Princess Serena, and today I'm going to show you my most rare authentic Disney pins. So I limited it to 300 or less just because I had quite a bit of 400 and especially 500. And even with 300, I have quite a bit surprisingly. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with my LE300s, I'm going to show you a set of three, two of which I got like 4 years ago. One of them I finally got last year. So I actually got to meet Mr. Chad. I was going to say Chad Dylan Cooper. That's the wrong Chad. Chad from High School Musical. I met him at Fan Expo Canada this year, Corbin Bleu. He was so nice. And I also met Lucas Gabriel, aka Ryan Evans. Such a beautiful pin set. And they actually got to see those pins because I brought them in the photo. So I will insert a photo of me meeting them. But yeah, I finally got to complete the set 3 years after I initially got the other two last year. I got Troy Gabriella. Does that mean I'm gonna meet Zac Efron in 3 years? Because I got the pins 3 years prior to getting that pin, but then I met them. So it's like 2027, it's gonna happen. No. Continuing the High School Musical streak, I have the High School Musical 3 Marquee pin, and yes, that does in fact mean that it was in theaters, just because the first two movies did so well. The second one did even better than the first, so I guess they had the budget, and that's what made Zac Efron into the star we know today. They really went all out for the DSSH pin releases, and these are just the LE300 ones. Like, there are also limited edition 400, 500, 800, 1000, like a bunch, but I wanted to limit it. So it wouldn't be like half my High School Musical pin collection, the video, you know. So moving away from High School Musical, I have my Stained Glass limited edition 300 Wally pin. It's a film strip, and there's a beautiful stained glass element behind Wally. You have the captain, which he isn't, and Otto, and look at his face. Like, he knows Otto's up to no good at this point in the movie, clearly, on the pin, you know? But it's just so adorable. And the colors are so striking, like the blue against the white and black, like perfection. That was your brief intermission away from Disney Channel, because most, if not all, the rest is Disney Channel. So, then we have the High School Musical. I think everything is High School Musical. The Hannah Montana Meet Miley Cyrus World Tour 3D concert movie pin, and yeah, I have such memories tied to this pin. I'm so happy they made it because it technically was in theaters, but I think it was a limited time, and it was limited theaters because Montreal did not get it. Actually, no, it did. It was downtown, but I didn't live downtown and I was not taken to the theater, but that's okay. On Family Channel, which is like the Canadian version of Disney Channel, they premiered it. I'm sure they did on Disney Channel as well, where you got the 3D glasses at Walmart and you got to watch it premiere. Like, that was such cool technology back then. 3D with live TV, honestly, I think that's cool now. But anyway, onto the PTDs. Of course, I secured all of them. So you have Phineas, and I have Ferb as well, but I'm not going to show you him because he is left out, and he is actually limited edition 400. But yeah, then we have Kim Possible, the most recent PTD. I got to trade for her. I love her so much. I love her with the spoon. Like, it's such like a personality driven pin. I feel I love that because she is kick ass. Then we have Lizzie McGuire. This was the first PTD to break the mold. It's kind of fitting. I kind of loved saying it out loud. I love that she was the first Disney Channel PTD ever because honestly, she was the original Disney Channel star. Like, yes, you had Even Stevens before, but like, she broke the mold. She was in music, and then it like turned into a theatrical release, the Lizzie McGuire movie. And like, it was just like the blueprint for Miley Cyrus. So yeah, I'm glad she was first. It feels poetic in a way. Then we have Dr. Doofenshmirtz here. He clearly is the boy in the white jacket and a thick accent, like, ooh, that Sabrina Carpenter was singing about. And then we have Perry. I will never stop singing his name. So yeah, I love that they made him over Phineas and Ferb first. That's actually amazing. And Candace, you are coming. We know it. I mention it a lot of times. And then finally, wrapping up the limited edition 300 before we go down is a couple more Hannah Montana pins. And they are very similar, but one has a dangle element. So I do like this one better. I am partial to it. It's just so cute, and it's such a thin chain as well. It's adorable. And I love the butterfly and the guitar, and yeah, I like the more simple pins to fill out the ones with the characters on it as well. So yeah, those are my limited edition 300, and then switching boards here because I have that many. Limited edition 250. So we're knocking off 50 more chances of securing the pin. I am shocked I was able to secure all 4 of these pins, and it's so funny because I kept paying more and more for them, which I would never pay for all 4 of them what I paid for the last one, which was Gabriella. The first one that I got in a trade right here. Let me grab it. I was very fortunate, and a Canadian trade as well. And then like they are literally screen printed, and it's plastic. It's not even enamel. So what gives Disney the audacity to make these limited edition 250? Because that just means the resale value is so much higher, especially because this was like 2007 these came out, I think. Let me see. Yeah, 2007. And then I got the Troy one, which I got for a steal of a deal. And then I got these guys, and then finally Gabriella. But yeah, I'm happy I got all of them. Continuing the plastic limited edition 250 thing they got going on, I have the Get Your Head in the Game Troy Bolton, very quintessential pin you have to have for your collection. Then I have one of all of them. We're all in this together. I'm very proud. Like, honestly, I didn't realize, I mean, maybe I did, but like literally, I think over half, I should count, over half of my High School Musical collection, I think are limited edition pins. And these aren't all of them. There are a lot of 500, 1,000, 750, all that stuff. But yeah, this one I actually bought with the Chad and Taylor pin I just showed you. So I got a better deal because I got both of them. That was an exciting day. I think it was last year. But that's it for the High School Musical limited edition 250. But one more 250 is this beautiful Wally one. It is the only WDI pin I have, and I could see why they are the hot commodity that they are. It is so beautiful. Happy New Year. I will always wear this on my pin fanny pack, or now my pin purse, or pin backpack. I have lots of options on New Year's. It's just so beautiful, and like the sparkle on the navy blue background is just like, I don't know, it just gets me in the mood for New Year's and that time of year, and it's coming up. Honestly, the end of the year, the last few months, the last stretch of the year is my favorite always. I just love the feels of the holidays, and my birthday, and my mom's birthday, and my stepdad's birthday, and my grandma's birthday, and my a few friends' birthdays, and it's everything. Every other day is either a holiday or somebody's birthday. But yeah, I love this one so much, and the way they're looking at each other and they're deeply in love. It's just so beautiful. I love Wally, and I'm so happy. I got that one for speaking of birthdays, my dad got me this pin for my birthday a few years ago, so I'm so happy to own that. Moving on down to limited edition 200. How low can you go? Well, we're continuing. I have this Toy Story 3 poster that represents its Academy Award win at the Oscars for Best Animated Feature, and it's so beautiful. And it says 2010 on the little ribbon on the envelope because that's the year they won. I have 4 more in the set, but they're all limited edition 400. So I wonder if this was like released after and it was kind of like a surprise, or if it was just kind of like the chaser in a way, even though it's not a mystery set. It's just like more limited. But yeah, I'm super happy I snagged this one a couple years ago. It just has the whole gang on it, like all the characters, and there's so many characters involved in Toy Story. And I'm happy of all the movies I have the 3rd one, just because like I loved Lotso. I mean, I love to hate him, but like he was just such a compelling villain, and I am partial to villains. I have an Artland pin. It is so beautiful, and technically this this is an LE100, but I'll count it as 2 for the purposes of this video. That's what it says on the back. The reason I say that is because 100 silver framed ones exist and 100 gold frames exist. So there is a variant of it. But I love how unique this one is, just because I've never seen anyone film the end film. It literally looks like the film. That's why I say that. I've never seen anyone pin this part of the film before, like the last couple minutes of just them planting the boot with the plant, and then it shows that they actually did, they were able to save Earth after all, and it just took one little plant, little leaf. Literally it was breaking off the leaves. Like, I think there were 2 leaves on this plant, but yeah, it's like the whole core of like the repopulation of Earth and the environment and everything was because of Wally and Eve's connection. Like, it just comes down to, I mean, they are human-like, but like human-like connection that the humans lost, and it was the robots that actually had that. Anyway, I could go on about this movie, but it's just so beautiful, and I'm happy I have it. Another Artland pin, I have the Kim Possible. I didn't realize this was his LE200 actually, and I was collecting pins still at the time of this release, and they had 2 more. They had a Rufus one, and then they had a Ron and Kim Possible one, and I didn't go after any of them at the time because it is from the UK, and it was in euros, and it was just so expensive with conversion, but I was lucky to get a deal on this one from a Canadian a couple years ago, but I am retroactively looking to get the other 2. It's not super important, it's not a DISO, but I would definitely trade for it, or if I find a really good deal, I will grab it. But this, I could see why like this went for as much as it did. Like, it's big and it's thick, like it's such good quality. But yeah, I'm hoping to add more Artland pins to my collection at some point. So that's it for the LE200s, but I in fact have one more pin that is authentic and it is under 200. It is LE150, and that is the Hannah Montana the movie Marquee. I am surprised this one had the lower limited edition and not the other Hannah Montana Marquee I had, just because it was way more niche, but I digress. It exists and I have it, and I actually got them both for a grad present, like not my most recent program, but the one before that, to get both of them. And I was so grateful to get them. Yeah, I just love, again, the butterfly theme, and you know what? I just put it together. You know, maybe it's because of the song Butterfly Fly Away that she sings with her dad on and off screen. In the movie. Oh my gosh, that is the headcanon for this pin now. It probably actually is the inspiration, but it's so beautiful, and they're actually smaller. It's interesting. These 2 marquees, like the 2 Hannah Montana ones, are smaller than the High School Musical one. And then I've owned the Luca marquee. I've since downsized it away. But I downsized it away right before this trip, and now I have this. So, you know, tit for tat. I, you know, just replaced it with a shirt. But that pin was way bigger than even the High School Musical one was. So it's interesting they're not all the same size, which before I saw them in person, I thought they all had a standard size to them. So I guess that makes it more dynamic. If you do have a board of just the marquee pins, it makes them more fun to display. That's it for my most rare authentic Disney pins in my collection. Surprise to no one, it is like 99% Disney Channel. Some pins are like obviously super rare, like the huge ones, the pin on pin, the stained glass, but others like are kind of rare in disguise because like they're plastic. So that's it for my limited edition pins 300 or under. I hope you enjoyed. So for now, 150 is the lowest limited edition size I have in my authentic Disney collection. I would love to know your lowest, because I know there are lower than that. They're few and far between, but they do exist. I've had this idea for a video for a while, but just never got around to filming it. But what really pushed me over the edge was getting this shirt. Made me think, like, this is so rare. Like going somewhere like Italy, Cinque Terre, which is what inspired the location of the fictional Italy town in Lucca. So there was lots of Lucca magnets, Lucca shirts. Like, it was so fun. I had to get one. And that's pretty rare. Like, usually if you go away and there is a Disney themed thing to the place, it's Mickey and Minnie. No shade at them, but you know, I am a niche queen right here with the Disney Channel and Once Upon a Time Tangled the series. So yeah, I'm really happy I got this. Represents like such a beautiful place, but also a movie I love. And if you haven't already, please subscribe for more pin related content from me. But I am hoping to get a limited edition 100 pin. It is definitely my highest priority out of all of my ISOs right now. It is a limited edition 100 3-pin set of Phineas and Ferb. And as always, take care of yourselves and have a magical day. Bye.